If you're struggling to set up WhatsApp inside of GohighLevel, then this is the video that gives you all of the information you need to know to start messaging through WhatsApp inside of GohighLevel, both manually and automatically. But before we do anything, we need to know how GohighLevel actually uses WhatsApp. So what's coming up in today's video? So the first thing we'll go over is the basic information, the key things you need to know before you start using WhatsApp. Then we're going to go over the available features, what WhatsApp offers and what it's really good at. And then we're also going to go over some missing features because WhatsApp inside of GohighLevel doesn't cover all of the features that you'd usually get in the normal WhatsApp app. And then we're going to go over pricing for each of your sub-accounts and then also fees and charges as well for every message that you send out. Then we'll talk about the limitations and the compliance that you need to follow if you want to use WhatsApp in GohighLevel. And after we've gone through all that stuff, we can finally set up WhatsApp in your GohighLevel account and we can start sending messages manually and automatically. So let's go over the basic information. So first, why are we using WhatsApp? Now WhatsApp is used all over the world, most popular in Europe, specifically UK, Germany and Belgium and France as well, and other places like Australia, New Zealand and Singapore. And the reason that it's so popular is because it's very cost effective compared to your normal SMS rates that you'd be charged through sending messages. Now WhatsApp has a lot of features inside of GohighLevel. So we have two-way messaging, so just like a normal WhatsApp conversation, we can send messages back and forth. We will send a message and then the lead will reply to that message. We also have something called a unified inbox. So from this one position inside of GohighLevel, you'll be able to send messages from WhatsApp, email and SMS from one place. However, there are also some missing features inside of GohighLevel. So you can't voice call or video calls, and you can't create or text group chats, sadly. And when you start using WhatsApp on GohighLevel, you need to use a fresh number. This can't be a business number that you've already applied for on WhatsApp. It has to be a brand new number. Now you're probably wondering how much this costs. So WhatsApp is available on any plan inside of GohighLevel. So whether that's the $97 a month, whether that's the $297 a month, or the $497 a month, WhatsApp is available on all three of those subscriptions. However, even though it is available on all those subscriptions, it is not free. GohighLevel will charge you $10 a month per sub-account to use WhatsApp inside of GohighLevel. However, let's say that you have a sub-account which you're whitelisting to one of your clients. If you are on the $97 or the $297 a month subscriptions, you cannot resell WhatsApp to these clients who are using your sub-account. But on the $497 a month subscription, you can upsell this WhatsApp connection to your clients who may be using your sub-account. So instead of charging $10 a month, you can charge them $20 a month or $30 a month. That $10 will go to GohighLevel and you can keep whatever extra you sell it for. So once again, let's say I've got a $497 a month plan and one of my clients is using my sub-account and they want to use WhatsApp in their messaging. I can charge them $30 a month for using WhatsApp in GohighLevel. $10 will go to GohighLevel to pay off the WhatsApp subscription and I can keep the other $20 that the client pays. But that is not possible on the $97 or the $297 a month subscription. So we know about the subscription. Now what about the fees and the charges that will be paid when you're sending out messages? So when you're sending a first message to a client, this has to be a template message. Now you can choose from two different template messages. There is either marketing templates or utility templates. Now marketing templates will be used from when you're contacting a lead for the very first time. If this is the first conversation that you've already had with them, let's say they filled in a form on your website and you want to send a message to them saying, we've got your details, we've got your inquiry, thanks for booking or welcome to the team. That will be a marketing template because it is the first time we are sending a message to that client. Now you'd use a utility template for when you'd be responding to that client in the future, and that is only after the 24-hour rule, which we'll get on into a second. Now GohighLevel will charge you for using these templates, so I've attached a link below, which is the GohighLevel page that shows you all of the pricing and the charges that GohighLevel will charge you depending on where you are. So for example, in the UK, GohighLevel will charge you 6.7p per marketing template you send out to a client, and they'll charge you 2.3p per utility template you send out to a client. And I'll attach this page below. Now there are also some limitations and some compliance rules you have to follow as well. So before you send out any messages through a template on GohighLevel, this template has to be approved. Now it shouldn't take very long, it should only take a few minutes, but you have to stick to that template Otherwise, your phone number is going to be blacklisted and blocked through using WhatsApp on GohighLevel. And going back to the 24-hour rule I mentioned previously, so when we first contact a lead, we will need to use a marketing template. Now, when a lead responds to that message that we sent through using a marketing template, you have a 24-hour window to respond to that lead, either manually or automatically, which will be free of charge. If you reply to that lead after 24 hours, this is where you'll need to use a utility template. Now that that's out of the way, let's set up your WhatsApp inside of GohighLevel. So once you're in your sub account, we can set up WhatsApp from here. So you want to go to settings and then press WhatsApp on the left side there. So like we said before, it's going to cost you $10 a month to run WhatsApp, and that is per sub account. This is not $10 per month for your agency with all of your sub accounts. This is $10 a month for this sub account. So you want to press agency purchase and then click the I agree to WhatsApp for this client without any extra charges. So because I'm on the $97 a month subscription, I cannot resell this WhatsApp connection, and then press enable now. And what you want to do here is just on the top box that says connect your WhatsApp, make sure this is selected and then press next. And because Meta owns WhatsApp, we're going to have to connect our Facebook business portfolio. And once it's connected, you want to press continue, and then it's going to ask you to link your Facebook business portfolio. So make sure your correct business portfolio is selected. If you don't have a business on Facebook already, you can press create business portfolio, follow the steps there, it won't take very long, and then you'll be able to go from there. And then we also need to connect a WhatsApp business account as well. So if you already have a WhatsApp business account, you can connect it already. But for most people, they won't have a WhatsApp business account. So you want to press create a WhatsApp business account and then press next. And now you want to add all of the details for your business. So obviously your company name, so mine is Everything AI. And you want to choose your category. So what industry your business is in and what it does. So I'm just going to select education. And then you want to add your website. And make sure your time zone is correct as well. And I forgot to say, make sure to select a country as well. And once you're happy with everything, once all of your details are correct, press next. And what Meta is going to do is it's going to create a WhatsApp business account, connect that WhatsApp business account to your Facebook business portfolio, which will then connect to GohighLevel. So it is a little bit confusing, but all it is we're connecting WhatsApp to Facebook and Facebook to GohighLevel. And then here you can see you'll have the option to choose from a display name or a new number. Now the differences here are really important. So if you're going to use a singular number for everything, so sales, communications, order updates, then you want to pick a new number because you want to have a separate number for each channel of communication. But if you're using a singular account to send out all the different text messages, then you can just use a display name only. But I would recommend adding a new number. And what you want to do with this is go back to your GohighLevel account, go over to phone system, and you'll need to purchase a number inside of GohighLevel. And if you're not sure how to purchase a phone number inside of GohighLevel, I've created a video that shows you exactly how to do it step by step, which I'll attach a link to in the description. So once you've purchased a phone number inside of GohighLevel, you want to copy this phone number, go back over to the page we were on before, and you want to add your country code, and then paste this number into your add new number here. Make sure your WhatsApp business name is appropriate, and to verify your phone number, I'd select text message and then press next. And what's going to happen now is if you go back onto your GohighLevel account, and if you go into your conversations tab, you'll see that WhatsApp has sent you a code which you'll need to copy and then paste back into the verification code here. And once you pasted it in there, you can press next, and now your phone number on GohighLevel has been validated and it is now connected to WhatsApp. So as you can see here, Leads Connector is requesting access to Everything AI's business portfolio from Facebook and also the WhatsApp business account. And you want to press confirm, and then it's going to connect your WhatsApp to your Facebook portfolio, and then it's going to connect your Facebook portfolio to your GohighLevel account. And after a couple of minutes, we can now see that our WhatsApp account has been connected to Lead Connector. Lead Connector is GohighLevel, it's just a different name. So you want to press continue to feature set up, and now it's going to open Meta in a new window where you can set up all of your features here. But today we're not going to worry about any of that stuff, so you can close this tab, and after waiting a couple of minutes, if we head back over to our WhatsApp settings inside of GohighLevel, we can now see that our account status has been approved and our phone number has also been added that we've just purchased on GohighLevel, and you can see that it has been connected, and now we can finally start sending WhatsApps through GohighLevel both manually and automatically, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing we want to do is head over to our contacts, and once you're in here I want you to create a dummy contact. So I'm just going to call this dummy1 and give it a random phone number and then press save. And what we'll be able to see in the bottom here, if you click on this SMS, you'll be able to see we now can send SMS and WhatsApp, and if you've connected your email as well, you'll be able to send all three of those, so SMS, WhatsApp and email, from this one text box here. If you're not sure how to send emails on GohighLevel and you haven't set up your email account yet, then I've also created a video that shows you exactly how to do that as well, which I'll also attach in the description below. So if you want to send messages manually on WhatsApp, we can now press WhatsApp, and like we've mentioned previously in this video, when you're first sending a message to someone who you haven't contacted before, you need to send them a marketing template. Once the lead has replies, you then have 24 hours to respond to that message for completely free. If it's anything after that 24-hour window, that will need to be a utility template. So to manually send your first message to your client, we're going to press select a template. And once you first start off, you won't have any templates created, so we need to create one. So to create your first template, we want to head back into settings and into WhatsApp. And at the top here, you want to select templates and then press create template. And in here, you can create whatever template you'd like, whether that's a marketing template, whether that's a utility template, and you can also personalize the templates for every single customer that you contact. So just quickly, I'm going to run through an example of a marketing template. So like we said before, the marketing template is the first message that you'll send out to engage the contact. So for example, this could be a welcome message. So I'm just going to call this a welcome template. And the category for this is going to be marketing because it is the first time we are reaching out to this contact. Make sure the language is correct, and here is where we can edit our template. So for a welcome message, I'm going to say something like, hey, and we're going to add a variable. So this is going to be the contact's first name. So like I said before, we can personalize each message to each contact. Even though it's the same template we're using for lots of different contacts, we can personalize it with their name. So like you've seen in other videos that I've created, whatever the name of the contact is, this will replace the one in the brackets here. So instead of saying, hey one, this is going to say, hey contact's first name. Let's say I've signed on the lead form and I've put my name as George. This won't say, hey one, this is going to say, hey George. Hey George, welcome to the team. So just a very simple welcome message, and you can see on the right hand side here that there is also a preview of the message, which is very, very useful as well. So for example, if I was going to add a header, let's just say hello, you can see at the top it has a header as well. But I'm not going to include a header today, I'm just going to focus on the body text. And you can also add other variables like their company name or their location if they've added that onto the lead form. And you can also add a footer text as well. So for example, if I just put something there, you can see on the right hand side that there is a footer text under the message, and that preview is really, really useful if you're wondering how your messages are going to look. You can also add a button as well if you'd like. So this could be a visit our website or add this product to your cart or anything like that. You can add a button which can be really useful for converting your leads. So I'm just going to press visit website, and as you can see under that text you can see the button there, and once again that is so useful for seeing what your messages look like, because it saves you lots of time having to send messages to yourself and then reviewing them, making sure they're all right, making the necessary adjustments and then sending them to your clients. You can see exactly what the message is going to look like right here. And I forgot to mention a minute ago, but for the variables, you also need to enter some sample content. So if this is a location, this could be London. If this is a first name, so this could be George or Tom or Dave or anything. So you want to add it in there, and then you can see in the preview message here, that is what the example message would look like. But when you send this out to your contacts, this is not going to say, hey George, welcome to the team. If someone called Sophie has signed the lead form, this will say, hey Sophie, welcome to the team. And once you're happy with everything, once you've previewed your message, you can then press create, and we've now created our first marketing template. And once it's loaded, we can now see our first template is created there, and you can create as many templates as you want. You can create as many marketing templates or as many utility templates as you'd like. So if you really wanted to, instead of sending the same template to all of your contacts, you could create a separate template, just like any other normal message, for each of your contacts. It will take a lot longer, but if that is something that's really important to your business, you can also do that as well. And something else to bear in mind as well is every time you create a marketing template or a utility template, GohighLevel needs to validate or approve this template before you send it off. So as you can see here, the status of this template is currently pending, and this can take up to a couple of minutes to 24 hours to be approved. And if you're also wondering why I look a bit different, that's because halfway through this video, I took a break and I took a holiday to Cornwall. So I've had a haircut, I've got a little bit of a tan, so if I look a bit different, that's why. And once we're waiting for our marketing template to be approved, I'm going to show you how to create a utility template. So once again, a utility template can only be sent after you have sent your marketing template, or whether it's 24 hours after a lead's response. So for example, a utility template could be something like a follow-up. So we've contacted them in the past already, we've tried to engage the lead, we've lost the lead, we haven't contacted them for a couple of days, and now we're going to put them through the follow-up system, so we need to create a follow-up template. So make sure utility is selected here, and make sure your language is right once again. Once again, I'm not going to use a header. This can be really useful though. Let's say you have some client testimonials that you want to show to your leads, then you can use this video here to maybe attach a compilation of client testimonials or something like that. Just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm not going to use a header, and I'm just going to send a very simple follow-up. So once again, we are going to include a variable. I'm just going to do the first name once again. So you want to press this tag here, and as you can see, there's a load of different things we can do. We can attach a calendar, we can set an appointment, attach the company details. But if we're going to contact here, and you can also add email, phone, and the address, loads of different personalization things you can do. I'm just going to do first name. And as you can see, this one is indicated at the top there. So sample content, once again, let's just say Tom. So a very, very basic run-of-the-mill follow-up message would be something like, hey Tom, just seeing how you're doing, or just checking up on you, how are you doing? I wouldn't recommend using that, that's a terrible follow-up, but it's just an example. How are we getting on? Once again, you can add a footer if you'd like, or a button, maybe to book in an appointment or something like that, and then go ahead and press create. And now we've created a follow-up template. We can now see that has been added to our template library here. And you can see the status for this one is pending as well. Another thing which is really useful if you want to organize your templates is this folders section here, where you can create a folder and you can place a load of your templates into this folder. So for example, utility templates or marketing templates, you can have a folder for a load of different templates that you'd like. So I'll just show you this really quickly. So let's say marketing templates. I'd love if I could spell. There we go. We're going to create that. And once we've created that, if we go back over to templates and we press this button here, we can move this to a folder. So if we move this to marketing templates and we press move, then it's going to move into that folder, and it's just really good at organizing all of your different templates. Another really useful thing here is you can view the reports of each template that you send out. So for example, this welcome template here, you'll be able to see how many messages are sent, whether the messages have been delivered, whether they've been read, and you'll also be able to see your response rates as well. And also, very, very importantly, button clicks as well. So if you're trying to track conversion rates onto your website or onto your product page, you can use this as well to track those conversion rates. So once your templates have been approved, mine is still currently pending, if you go back over to your contact and go into your dummy contact that we created before, and if you select WhatsApp at the bottom, you'll be able to select your template that we've just created. So for me, I can't because they're still pending, but for you guys, once it's approved, you'll be able to select the template that you'd like, which has to be a marketing template for the first message, and then you can just press send. And it's the exact same with a utility message as well. And once the lead replies, you'll then have a 24-hour window to manually send a message or automatically send a message for completely free. Look, you can see here there is been no message initiated from the user in the past 24 hours. So this will turn into a text box once the lead has replied, and you'll be able to send a message in there, type it out exactly like you would if it was a normal SMS message. Once again, if it's after 24 hours, you will need to use a utility message. So that's everything you need to know about manually sending these WhatsApp messages. If you want to automatically send these WhatsApp messages, you want to head into automation, and then you can press create a workflow and then start from scratch. Now you can do loads and loads and loads of different things here. You can create automated follow-ups for your WhatsApp, or you can create a automated welcome sequence, or even just an automated response sequence as well. There also is a way to create a WhatsApp AI agent, which I'm going to create a tutorial of how to do after I've finished making this video, so make sure you're looking out for that one. But to make a automated welcome sequence on GohighLevel, here's exactly how you do it. So I'm just gonna name this one welcome message sequence WhatsApp. And for the trigger, this is going to be when a lead has completed a form or a submission form on our landing page. If you haven't got a form already, you can create a form by going over to sites and then forms in the top corner here and then pressing create form, and you can create your form that way. And you can select from over 1,000 different templates here as well. So for example, I'm just going to select this quote template, then I'm going to press save, and I'm going to head back over to our automation workflow that we just created, and I'll now be able to add this form submission to the workflow. So you see here, if we press form submitted, we can now add a filter and select the form that we just created. So that's going to be the flooring quote from the example template, and we're going to press save trigger. So now once a lead has submitted the form, we can now send a WhatsApp message. So if we search up WhatsApp, and once we've selected WhatsApp, we can select a template that we've already created, so like a marketing template that we just created, or we can send a free form message, so just like a usual message that you can type out. So for this situation, we're only going to be using the marketing template because this is when a form has been submitted. So if you click this here, you'll be able to see your marketing template here that we created previously. So select the template you want to use. So that will be the welcome template that we created previously. Mine isn't showing up right now because it still hasn't been approved. And then you want to press save action. And then from here, you can do whatever you want. There's loads and loads of different things you can do with these workflows. Like I said before, you can do welcome sequences, you can do follow-up sequences, or even nurture sequences for your clients. Now we've got the welcome message in here, and let's say you want to send another message after the lead has responded. Once it's been delivered, if we press this wait here, and we press wait until the contact replies, once they've replied on WhatsApp, we can then press save action, and this will only continue the workflow once the lead has responded. For example, once the lead has responded, we can then send another WhatsApp message, can be a free form message because it is within the 24-hour window. Or if you'd like to, you can add another template, so this will be a utility template this time. Something that's also very useful here, if we click back into the wait action and we press this timeout here, you can select how long you would like the lead to go unresponded to before you send the next message. So for example, if we sent the message to the lead and they haven't responded for, let's make this 48 hours. So if they haven't responded in 2 days, this will create a branch. So once the contact has replied, we can send them a message saying, thanks for your reply. Here are the details you need to follow to get your quote. But if they haven't sent a response within 48 hours, we can then send them through the follow-up sequence. So if we press the plus button here, and we press WhatsApp again, we will need to select a utility template. Let's say this is your follow-up templates. So you need to select the follow-up templates here and then press save action. And then if you want to, after that, you can also create another wait 24 hours or 48 hours or however long you want to send another message after that. But don't forget, you can't send a free-form message without being in that 24-hour window of the lead response. So if it's not 24 hours within the lead response, this will have to be a utility template. That's just a very brief overall explanation of how to set up automated WhatsApp messages. So you're going to have a play around with the GohighLevel workflow builder. It is one of the best workflow builders that I've ever used, and they are adding to this every single week. And once you're happy with this, you want to press publish and then click save at the top. And now every time a lead submits a form and adds their details here, this is going to trigger this workflow. So then they'll be sent this WhatsApp message here. So this will have to be a marketing template because it is the first time we're sending out a message. Then once the message has been delivered, it will follow this branch here, and then it will wait for the lead to respond to send a message, or it will time out after 48 hours if there is no response, and we will follow them up with another utility template. And you can automate so many different things with this, and it is a proper time saver. So that is everything you need to know about WhatsApp inside of Go High Level. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you found it useful as well, then you'll absolutely love our free community where we're helping everyday people and business owners come to grips with AI and using it in their business and in their everyday life and their jobs to save multiple hours every week using it. Even if you're just curious, it'll be more than worth it just joining and having a look. Like I say, it's completely free, and I'll attach a link to that in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.